It's 7 o'clock. I'll call this meeting to order. Our first business is the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Well, welcome everybody on this nice rainy night. This will be our first meeting with all electronic packages up here, so if we stumble a little bit or if we get distracted, it's somebody probably playing a game. So, the first item is the consent calendar. You have before you the council minutes from October 1st, regular meeting, and you have the approval of claims totaling $36,097.28, which includes electronic checks 2171E through 2173E, and paper checks 134706 through 134748, and 134751 through 134766. Anybody wishes to have anything off the consent calendar discussed separately? Michael?
No.
Gary? No. Rebecca?
No.
Gary?
No, sir.
I will entertain a motion to approve the consent calendar as written. Is there a second? All those in favor of approving the consent calendar, please say aye.
Aye.
Consent calendar is approved. Our next order of business is the open forum. Anybody wishing to come before the council can do so and speak to anything either on the agenda or off the agenda. Anybody wishing to come forward? Please state your name and address, and please address the council.
Maury Wallers, 8871 Birch Lane, Breezy, Minnesota. Looks like I have under old business, or don't you have old business?
We don't really have old business per se, but
Okay, so then I would like to have a follow-up on the sewer discussion that was held. There was a
Okay.
special meeting that was held from the last council meeting saying they were going to have a meeting,
right,
which they did have.
yes.
So for the record, I'd like to have that so that all the council members are aware of what happened.
Okay.
Okay.
We can, I'll do that as part of the, my mayor's report. Make a note to do that.
I'll hold my talks till then.
Well, you wouldn't have a chance to say what you want to say right now,
Okay.
because otherwise I'll just summarize the meeting.
I would say that when I built my house, we had a stub in the sewer street to hook up to. Okay, so now we have a business in City of Breezy Point that doesn't have a stub to hook up to the low pressure line. So I think a simple request to fix that problem, which Pelican Lake Conservation Club bought the property from the City of Breezy Point, that there should be a stub provided for that sewer. In likelihood of what happened up at the clinic, was there a stub there for that? Or did they have to provide one?
Okay.
Okay. That makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
Follow me?
Yep.
And so if they did, up at the clinic, you did have to go underneath the road, maybe, huh? To get to the clinic. The stub is on, the sewer's on the north side of the road.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's a doable thing, I think.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay, thank you. And I'll speak to this during the mayor's reports. Anybody else for open forum? Okay, I'll close the open forum and mayor and city council reports. This last Wednesday, we had the fire board meeting, our quarterly fire board meeting. It wasn't really too exciting. It was over kind of early. Breezy Point only had one call during the entire quarter, which was pretty good. Otherwise, it's been kind of a quiet time of the year for the fire activity. So, also, we had a chance, Mike Maroney Administrator Uso, myself attended the Sourcewell Regional Meeting, which is a nice meeting to get you an idea of all what Sourcewell does. And as a reward, we get a cash incentive to be put against our Sourcewell account. The next item is from last month's meeting. We had a presentation by Region 5 for this IDI assessment, and we did commit to participating in that assessment. And so we have some dates and times to have take the survey and then have the results. And I just got this email here a couple days ago, and I haven't really had a chance to fully digest it. A suggestion was made that we could get the assessment out quickly and go through it after our meeting in December. And the more I look at that, that might be a little bit problematic from the standpoint of I would like to get not only the city council to take it, but also I'd like to involve our business community, at least from the business managers that we have in our community, to take the assessment and then be part of the results, because the whole intent of this is to be able to recognize groups of our population that either are underrepresented or are available that a business community, or in our case, a public entity, does not recognize. And it will help you by taking this assessment and getting the results back. It'll help you to identify those groups that are available for employment. That's probably the biggest focus that this would come out of it. And so what I would like to do is to hold off on making a decision as to when we can meet and get an invitation out, specifically like to Narvesen Management, to White Birch, and to the Weebold organization, looking for at least hiring managers and above to take this assessment and then be part of the review of how we do as a community. I think that would be the best thing. And like I say, I would like to include the city council. I'd like to also include planning and zoning and the members of our comprehensive plan task force. All of these would be targets for getting this information out and to enhancing the business opportunities here within the city. So I think I'm going to come back and I'll get information out to the various groups, and then we can get a date as to when we can get the link out to the assessment. The assessment will be an online assessment. You can take it at your leisure, and then there'll be a deadline on it, and so then once we get that deadline met, then I can get a hold of Region 5 and set a date for reviewing the results. So the next thing is a recap of the meeting we had with PLCC. Myself, Administrator Russo, and Joe Zierden met with representatives of PLCC. We did discuss the various options that we have for the sewer situation at the PLCC building itself. We discussed like I say, the various options, one of which would be to have a gravity drain over to essentially, lift station 1. The other thing would be to modify their connection connects up to the high-pressure force main that is going to the sewer treatment plant, and also the option of having them put in essentially a septic holding tank, and then they would be responsible for pumping that. We did, like I say, we did discuss in pretty much detail all of those options. The PLCC is choosing to, at least right now, go with the holding tank. As far as the stubs that you're talking about for the clinic, we stubbed in across County Road 11 and then left them a stub at right directly across, essentially across from the hockey arena, and or right by the driveway there. And then they will run the sewer through their site and then terminate the sewer at the northeast corner. Is that correct? Northeast corner? Yes, whatever. Yeah, it's the corner closest to the campgrounds, the southeast corner. Okay. And so that is where we have left it. We just got the estimate for capping the line that comes off of our high pressure line. We have to cap that. So we just got the estimate for that. And we haven't gotten back to PLCC on that. So that's it. That's the status. That's where we are. So, and that's all I have. Council members, I'll start with you, Councilman Barone. Anything?
No, nothing besides what we have on the agenda.
Okay. Councilman Mitchell.
Same with me, no, except what's coming up
Okay.
on the agenda.
Rebecca.
Just to give a summary of where the comprehensive plan surveys are at, there have been 220 surveys completed. I believe that we have received 2 hard copy surveys. So we have a couple weeks. The 16th is the deadline. So we're just going to try to make one final push here, the city, to see how many more responses we can get back in the next couple weeks. So
Good.
if you have friends or family, just maybe give them a reminder to fill out the survey if they haven't done so.
Are we going to have a stack of surveys available tomorrow?
We already do.
Okay. Okay. Just make sure we advertise them and give everybody a ballot and a survey.
Good idea.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Gary.
No, sir, none. Very quiet.
Committee reports. Personnel Committee. Mike, you want to handle this one as personnel?
We can, yes,
Okay.
I'd love to. As the packet states, we all had a closed session to review Administrator Patrick Russo's performance evaluation after a 6-month term. The majority of those results, all the results, are meets or exceeds expectations. As the Personnel Committee, we discussed about it, and after reviewing his evaluation, our personnel policy statements, and the employment agreement that we have with Patrick, what we've done is that with his results, which meet or exceed the council's expectation, he will get his step increase at his 1-year anniversary mark, which is in March 2nd, 12th. And subsequently, we are also going to start doing the administrator's performance reviews in June or July timeframe. And again, the biggest push is for that, while the council is not changing seats, hopefully, tomorrow. Write-in campaigns can happen, right? Although we will all be very familiar with Patrick, next year, I'd like to have us do it in June or July. Again, the reason being is if we did have a change of council, having a review in March seems too early for new council members to really adequately appreciate what Patrick does. And then, like every other position, if the council approves a COLA increase for the non-union employees, he would be eligible for that on his grade level.
That's it.
That's it, unless you have any questions.
Kind of a clarification on that, so the annual review would be in the June, July timeframe, and this would be irrespective of whenever the administrator would have been hired.
Yes,
Okay.
normally when we hire, we do annual reviews on their anniversary date,
Right.
which is March. And so I'm asking that we all agree that we push that back a few months.
Yes. Okay, so it would be irrespective of the or the hire date, it would be on that date. It's
Correct.
reviewed. Okay. Gary,
One.
you said Gary
Two.
Mitchell, roads.
You want me to give my roads report now?
Sure.
It's on, I think. Okay, on the 29th, Patrick, Michael, and I met the road committee. We had two things to discuss. One was a seal coating program for next summer, and the other was the purchase of a new plow truck. The seal coating, there's a list. I don't know if it's on here or not. I think it is.
Yep.
Okay, there's a list there of the roads that Joe has come up with that need to be resurfaced. Seal coating is not just a plain old coating, but it constitutes that coarse crushed granite or hard stone. So it's actually, in some ways, more than, it's a lot more than the old style seal coating. The estimate, and Joe's done his homework, has come to $194,000. There's $190,000 budgeted for it. And so it could go over as much as the $4,000. However, we won't really know until about March of next year because the county has to give us the figure. So we need approval for the seal coating to go ahead. And the truck, the new plow truck, that's going to be under budget. He's got 205,924, 207,924. That's his estimate that it'll be. It's pretty accurate because he's got the paperwork from the people that do the modifications to get it completely ready to plow. And so we need a council approval for the purchase of the new plow truck.
Okay, so at this point, I'll entertain a motion to, at this point, I'll entertain a motion to approve the 2019 seal coating for a estimate cost of $194,748.78, subject to modification depending on how the estimates come in.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion. Michael?
Correct me if I'm wrong, Joe, we're getting approval to get the bids. Correct.
Yes.
Right. So we're not agreeing to do the project, the full project, it's to get the bids that will.
This would include us in the bidding process, so it would, our inclusion would help set the price for the county.
Right, so-
i.e., if it came back at the higher budgeted, we can retract our,
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Okay.
Just making sure that
Yep,
everybody's
so
aware.
basically, we're essentially entering into the contract for the seal coating, but if it comes in outlandish, we can back out.
Back out.
Yes. Any other?
No,
Rebecca?
that's, I wanted to clarify that this
Yes.
isn't saying that we're spending this much
Right.
right now. We're wanting to, we're getting this in. And just,
Estimated cost.
for further clarification too, this has been a 3-year project. This is year 3 of this project.
Right.
This is essentially a catch-up from, lack of better words, a lack of being proactive on this. So we are getting caught up with all the roads that are eligible to be seal coated and actually see a benefit from it.
Rebecca?
I don't know.
Anything? Gary?
No questions.
And this is, I echo a lot what Mike has said. We're catching up, and once we get caught up, then it's going to be a maintenance type of thing. And as we improve the roads, we will be having more and more come up with seal coating. But if we do maintain those seal coated roads, they will last a lot longer than the original design estimates.
One more thing, the
Yes.
bid could come in as less than 190, it's a possibility.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So.
It's an estimate. So, All those in favor of approving the 2019 seal coating, please say aye.
Aye.
And next, we have the plow truck. As described, the base price of the truck is going to be somewhere between $86,590 and $91,751, and then it'll cost another $114 to have it outfitted. So the total cost of the truck is estimated to be $200,771 to $205,932, and we have budgeted $215. So I'll entertain a motion to approve the 2019 Freightliner plow truck at a cost not to exceed $215,000.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion? Michael?
No further discussion.
Gary? Anything else? Rebecca?
No.
Gary?
None.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Plow truck is approved. Finance Committee, we discussed accepting or buying 2 lots. Last month, we met in private session to look at the purchasing of 2 lots over next to the golf course. And those 2 lots owned by the, see if I can find it here. I'm out of sequence. Yeah, we met in closed session on October 1st and discussed the expansion of the existing disc golf course. And we agreed to negotiate with Don Randall for lots 9 and 10 of White Birch 16. And Patrick negotiated essentially a half-price sale of those, which works out really good for us because we get the 2 lots for $9,500, whereas they were asking $9,500 a piece for them. And then we will give them essentially a letter acknowledging their donation of $9,500 that they can use for their tax purposes. We do have assuming that we approve this tonight, we have a closing scheduled for November 9th. I'll entertain a motion to approve the purchase of lots of Resolution 1818 to purchase lots 10 and 11 of White Birch 16, and you have the resolution there in front of you.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Michael?
No?
Gary?
None.
Rebecca?
I'm just sorry, I'm just trying to reconcile it says 9 and 10 in the memo and 11 and 12 in
That's the
the resolution. Okay.
that's a donation. That's a different lot. We'll be coming up that.
Oh, I see.
No, I see what you're saying.
Yep.
My apologies.
Did I miss something?
No, it's just that the memo that's right before the resolution is talking about different
Lots
lots.
9 and 10. Oh, I see
And
what you're
there's a
saying.
different name there too, so,
I'll
And-
clarify that in the resolution the mayor signs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
The memo says 9 and 10, the resolution title is 10 and 11, but then whereas the owner of lots 11 and 12
Okay.
kept counting up.
Okay. Good catch.
but yes, no other comments.
Gary?
That's why you pay her the big bucks.
That's right. Yep.
Fine with it.
Okay.
Yes.
All those in favor of purchasing whichever lot numbers they are on Resolution 1818, please say aye.
Aye.
We shall approve the purchase of those lots and authorize Patrick to close on those. And as long as we're talking about lots, we will go to, we've been contacted by a family that is interested in donating their lots to the city of Breezy Point. You do have a map there showing where those are located. It's essentially 2 parcels that are 2 conjoined lots in each. In each lot is about a third of an acre. They're on Alpine Circle, right just off of County Road 11. We really don't have any use for those lots, however, they are in an area that may be available for future development. The Finance Committee, has looked at that, and it would be, I think, in our best interest to purchase those lots. So I will entertain a motion to, not to purchase those lots, to accept the lots as a donation.
My crib fell down.
There you go. So I'll entertain a motion to,
Also move.
Second.
okay,
Ta-da.
as I try to scroll through here and find out, Resolution 1819, to accept the donation of lots 30, 31, 36, and 37. Further discussion? Michael?
No.
Gary? Rebecca?
No.
Gary? All those in favor of Resolution 1819, please say aye.
Aye.
We shall accept the lots, and I'll get a letter out thanking them for their donation. One of the things that we have to do after an election is to canvass the election. In other words, we get the results in, and then we essentially certify those results. This is a very short meeting. It'll take about 5 minutes. We can do this early in the morning or in the afternoon. It has to be within 3 to 10 days, so we essentially have November 9th through November 16th. I'll take a poll at this point. Who would like early in the morning, early in the morning for us retirees doesn't make a whole lot of difference, but for those people that are actually working and paying our Social Security, we would accommodate them.
I don't like to get up early.
What's early?
Tuesday still work for you?
Yeah.
Tuesday afternoon?
Anytime Tuesday usually it works.
Tuesday morning would actually be the better for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tuesday
So
morning would be better for
Tuesday
you?
morning, or what time are you?
I was thinking afternoon.
That's fine too. I
4
can
o'clock?
work it in. Yeah.
Hey,
Does that work for you? Works for me.
So we're looking
I'll make a
at,
motion for Tuesday the 13th at 4 p.m.
okay, and I'm a flag, I have no direction whatsoever. We have a motion, is there a second to that motion?
second.
Okay, the motion on the floor is to hold the canvass on the 13th of November at 4 o'clock. All those in favor, say aye.
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 13th of November at 4 o'clock.
I didn't jump in there.
Oh, you
Mary.
didn't, I'm sorry.
Aye. And I have a question,
Oh,
if I may.
yes.
If one of us can't make it, does that negate?
No,
Thank you.
all we have to do
Do
is
we
have
need
a
to
quorum.
4/5 or 3? Okay.
That's all I need to know. Thank you.
Yep, we just need to have quorum. Okay,
And we'll get an email for a calendar appointment
Yes.
on
the next item, it's basically a housekeeping issue. Resolution 1820 sets the fee schedule. The only change to the fee schedule is for the cemetery niches, for the nameplates. They have been increased by $10. So I'll entertain a motion to approve Resolution 1820, setting our fee schedule for 2019.
So moved.
Is there a second?
that. Second.
Discussion? Michael?
No further discussion.
Gary?
None.
Rebecca?
No.
Gary?
Very reasonable.
Okay.
Aye.
Aye. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The Resolution 1820, setting the fee schedule for 2019 is approved. And then the last item of business is we are going to be setting up the long-awaited Facebook page. And our Deb will be setting that up for us.
It did it again. My computer crashed 2 times.
Yes.
How could you not? It's right on top of the microphone.
Put the little leg out the bottom.
That's,
A little farther, a little farther. That's more stable.
then it's gonna go to sleep.
There you go.
Sleep
Like I say,
mode.
electronic for the first time. This is, it's a learning curve for everybody.
I'll remember all these things. I've made notes.
So we're planning to get a Facebook page set up. I think that would be a real good plus for the city. It's about time that we got into that age. And if you haven't noticed, we're all working off of these Microsoft tablets that we received from Sourcewell at no charge. So it is going to make life much easier for us, much easier for us. However, hard copies will always be available on the table. The entire council packet is available online, and you can download that onto your device and bring it in here and look at it and follow right along with us. And that concludes our business for tonight. Remember, tomorrow is voting day, so make sure you get to the polls and pick up your questionnaire for the comp plan. So, polls open at 7 a.m. and close at 8 p.m. So you have plenty of opportunity to come in and vote. And our next meeting will be December 3rd.
No, regular meeting.
Regular meeting.
Regular meeting.
Yes. Special meeting.
I like it.
Okay, meeting is adjourned.